Hey everybody, it's Tyler with Gaia Force Gaming, and I'm here to bring you our first BT9 Meta-Byte. So, at the time of recording last night from the time of recording, I should say, we had our first BT9 event over on the GFG Discord, and I'm just here to talk about the top 4 deck lists. It was a good turnout. This was also the last week for the championship Chimeramon map, and just a big congratulations real quick to Kyle Kemper, who won the champion Chimeramon map. Let me show it off real quick for everyone. It is one of a kind, so I will be sending that out to him later this week. Congrats again, Kyle. Kyle played in, I think, all of the events, and he placed very well in most of them. So he won by quite a few points. Anyway, other than that, top 4 for this week. Top 3 got the regular Chimeramon playmats, and here's the decks they played. So in 4th we have Eddie Meza, IDBW on Discord. He was playing the new Gaomon list, so it's a take on the Black War Greymon deck from last format with some added support. Very cool deck, very mid-range, but still very explosive. He had 4 of the new Koromon. It just gives you a small DP boost if you're Agumon or Greymon in your name. 2 of the Agumon that search top 5 for Dragonkin or War Greymon. 4 of the BT5 Agumon. 4 of the new Agumon X Antibody, of course. Which I will say, a big determinant of this Agumon is that he's black, and the only thing that could evolve over black as a level 4 is the blocker inheritable. But now you can evolve into this one to kind of bridge that gap, which is really strong in this format. It kind of gets rid of one of the deck's small weaknesses from before. 4 of the promo Agumon, of course, 4 of the blocker inheritable Greymon, 3 of the BT5 Greymon, 4 of the new Greymon X Antibody, which is just such a great card. The ability to trash 2 sources of the same level to ignore effects that would remove you from the field or delete you. Like a protected effect is just very strong in this deck. And we have 4 of the Metal Greymon from BT8. And we have 4 of the Metal Greymon X Antibody from the new set. Also just Security Plus, evolves over. Really good, really strong. 3 of the Black War Greymon, of course, 3 Gaomon, 1 of the BT1 War Greymon, 1 Omnimon X, a Delicate Plan, 2 Red Memory Boost, 2 Tai, 1 Hero, 3 Nokia. So solid list all around. I think it's overall pretty strong. Great mid-range, great control of tempo. I think if you enjoyed Black War Greymon before, it only gets better. Even in this format, it's pretty good. It can hang with the big dogs. And then 3rd we had Mario Ambrosio, fellow player from Germany, plays in our events sometimes, and he was also playing a Greymon tribal deck, but not Gaomon, instead the War Greymon X, so a more explosive, less mid-range version, kind of toolboxy too. I really like this deck. As you guys know, I love War Greymon X. It is GFG's mascot, so to speak. So it's the 4 of the BT5 Koromon and 1 Gurimon, just give that draw power. 4 BT5 Agumon, of course, 4 Agumon X, 4 Promo Agumon. So just playing the 12 rookies, but it is a solid lineup. 2 BT5 Greymon, 4 of the War Greymon X, 4 Sec plus Greymon. So just everything has their place here as well. This is kind of built more like, at least in this part, like the Melga X decks we see. Then we have the 1 BT4 Metal Greymon, or BT8 Metal Greymon, 2 of the BT7 Metal Greymons, if I'm not mistaken, yeah. 4 of the Metal Greymon X, 1 EX1 Metal Greymon, so just kind of a toolbox of Metal Greymons. You can get Piercing, you can get oh my god, what does this one do? I think you gain memory if you have a tamer. That's his on play. I cannot remember for the life of me what his inheritable does. Anyway, I'll and then you have the piercing from this Metal Greymon. Just a good overall variety of effects. I do like the split, the one War Greymon from BT1 and one War Greymon from EX1. So you get the Blitz or the option Denial. And then the 3 War Greymon X, which is just a house of a boss monster. 1 Blitz Omni, 1 X Antibody Omni. You have the 2 Red Mem Boost, 2 Gaia Force, 3 of the X Antibody option, and 3/3 split of Time and Cool Boy. Very cool deck. I think it's very potent. Yeah, this is what we're going to see. A lot of decks that want to do this general idea. I think it's kind of pick your flavor of OTK or Control. I think at least right now at the beginning of the format we have very varied decks, and any deck can take it as people are trying to figure it out. And these decks are really, really potent. So 2 War Greymon decks, but 2 very different takes on the deck. They both play very differently. Different boss monsters. Even in the middle, it's very different. So good to see that variety even on that level. Second place, we have Moonrose, Jonathan Cortez, and he was playing the Goodest Boy, the Metal Garurumon X deck. So he had the 4 Sunamons. Oh, way too zoomed in. 4 Sunamons as his eggs. We see the 12 Gabumons that we're going to see. The starter deck Gabumon for +1k if you have 8 or more cards in hand. 4 Gabu X, and then 4 BT5 Gabumon for search. We have 3 of the promo Garurumon to draw 1 if you have Garurumon in your name. 2 of the BT5 Garurumon to Evo for 1, or gain a memory back when evolving, I should say. 4 of the Garurumon X, of course. 4 of the promo Were Garurumon. He kind of makes this deck, he kind of makes this deck really flow. It is the powerhouse engine of the deck, if you will, along with the 4 Were Garurumon X. Very, very strong cards in this deck. We see the 2 EX1 Metal Garurumon because it's just so cheap to evolve. If you have those 8 cards in hand, it's just 2. If you end up with the 12, it's just 1. You're not going to see 16 cards in hand almost ever, but 12 is not that unusual towards mid to late game. He does run the full 4 Metal Garurumon X, just wanting to see that piece. 2 Blitz Omni. We see the 3 X Antibody option, 4 Blue Memory Boost, 3 Cool Boy. Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. And 3 Davis. So just going as consistent as possible. Even I wonder if any of that led to a brick. He did only lose his first round and then win the rest. So congrats to Moonrose on second place. And then first place, Lewis. He plays in our events all the time. He does very well. Extremely good player, and he played Magna X. So Armor Rush with new updates. He did play the 4 Upamon and 1 Demi Vmon. So just if you have that jamming, just he just said, hey, I'm gonna get that card, you know. He just wants that card. So if he has the Demi Vmon, I guess that's what he's going for there. Sometimes you'll see just the 4 Upamon, and then the 5th is kind of a flex spot. You'll see this one. You'll see the Labramon from EX2. You can even see the +1k if you have 8 cards, WV1. But those were the eggs he ran. He runs the 4 Jamming Vmon, the 4 Dual Color Search Vmon, 3 of the EX1 Vmon that gets a memory on restand, and 3 of the starter deck Free Search Vmon. We have the 1 hybrid, just, you know, hybrid for games, still very potent. I think, especially in a deck like this, we have 4 Elydramon, just to turn on that green option, as well as resting blockers, and just generally being armor, which feeds this archetype. 3 of the Flamedramon. We do see people cut to 3 from the 4, because this is kind of the most flexible. You want 4 of this for the color combo. You want 4 of the Magna for your engine. So this is usually what gets cut to 3, although I do think most people would prefer to run 4 if they could find a spot. So 3 Flamedramon, 4 Magnamon, the original one, you know, blocker. It unsuspends and gets a bunch of buffs. 1 Chimeramon, the ability to maybe DNA for game, or even bridge the gap to your Magna X if you need to, is very strong. I think It's very powerful as a one of, maybe two. I wouldn't really see more than two in a deck. You'd have to get really creative with deck building to do that. And then the 3 Magna X, he is a house. I would even prefer to run him at 4 almost, but I really like what this deck does. With the Magna X, if he has the option, which you don't run in this deck, at least not in this build, but you could run it, I suppose, in some decks. But if you have the X antibody option or an armor form in his traits, you can redirect any attack to him. You don't need to suspend him. He doesn't need to be unsuspended. It doesn't matter where they're attacking. If it's security or another Digimon, you can just tell them, hey, you're swinging at me now. That's really strong. And when he's deleted, he instead puts himself on top of security. So it's just a little bit of heal, pseudo recovery, but then you're left with whatever was under him in the stack. So usually a Magnamon or even a Chimeramon. So you can just go right back into a new Magna X if you have another one. Very strong. We have the 1 Ice Wall, 1 Blue Memory Boost just for some consistency boosting, 3 Hammer Sparks, 4 Megadeth. I think it's the best removal you could run right now. If you have the ability to run it, it does answer a lot of popular decks. You want to see it in security, so you run it at 4, and you don't really hate playing it to answer their biggest threat on board. So 3 Fire Rocket to push that early game tempo, 2 Awakening of the Golden Knight, which lets you turn any armor form into any Magnamon. So this one or the Magna X is very strong. And if you hit it in security, you get to recycle one of these to your hand, and it goes to your hand. So good effects. 2 of your Davis, more consistency, and a Memory Tamer. And then 4 Davis Ken, because in this deck it is cracked. You gain a bunch of memory, you could unsuspend, and this is just a very aggressive deck, and it shows. Lewis, well deserved on your win. Congrats on going 4-0. And yeah, this was a really exciting event for the first BT9 event. I'm literally about to go to work a closing shift, and then get home, pack, and I'll be going to Gen Con, guys. Who is excited for Gen Con? So I'm going to get home, pack, go to sleep, wake up, and then right to the airport. I've been doing a lot. I know I went on vacation last week. That's why the videos were not really there for about a week. So I missed about a week worth of content because I didn't have GFG events. I was gone. I was in the mountains with my partner. We were having a great time. And then I got back and I had to work like 10 days straight so that I can justify taking another week off for Gen Con. So I apologize for the lack of content, guys. But I'm hoping to get a bunch of cool content at Gen Con. And it's going to be a blast. If you're there, come say hi. I'm going to have some cool stuff on me, some dice. I might bring some playmats to give away. I just want to have a good time, man. Let's play some Digimon. Let's play some board games. Let's hang with the boys. So I will see you all there, whoever's going. If not, I'll see you here in my videos coming up. I promise the content will start flowing again. It's just been really hectic trying to bridge the 2 week-long vacations together with 10 days of 10-hour shifts, just trying to, justify taking 2 back-to-back vacations. But I love you guys wholeheartedly. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing if you do. If you don't, that's okay. Although, hey man, you should subscribe. Last year, just talking about Gen Con real quick, last year, both of the in-person Gen Con events were won by members of GFG, Trey and Shannon, respectively. And let's see if we can try and win all 4 Gen Con events with a member of GFG this year. We'll see. I mean, it'd be really cool, wouldn't it? But no matter what happens, I'm going to have fun. Last year was probably the most fun event I've ever had, and it was my worst tournament showing. I went X4 on one day and X3 on the other, and I just went and had a blast. So I'm gonna hope to get some tops this weekend, but more importantly, I won't be bummed if I don't, because I'm gonna be with my family, with my friends, my teammates, and this community, and I'm really excited for that. So I'll see you guys there. I'll see you guys around. I love you guys. Bye.